everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a first impressions on a couple different things, including the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. It's not super new, but it's new to me. I only bought it 2 weeks ago. I've seen all the reviews, but I really wanted to try it out for myself. If you want to see how it works, then just keep on watching. First thing I'll do, wow, I forgot my mirror, wow. Okay, so I just had to let my camera charge for a little bit because it was going to die and I was really scared that it was going to die halfway through. So now I'm going to be, I just put some highlighter on and stuff, and now I'm going to be using the Subculture palette and I'm so excited. So on the back it just says, an essential eyeshadow collection with 14 shades featuring grungy mattes and bold metallics with an underground edge. That's cute. So the packaging is this really nice, I don't know what you would call this. It's like a dark blue kind of greeny shade. It's very similar to one of the shades that's inside the palette. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. That's what it looks like with all the shades. They're all so pretty. So we've got some, you know, burgundy shades over here, some greens, some yellows, browns, a gold glittery shade, and a really intense white with like kind of a purpley pink reflex in it, and then electric down here, which is like a greeny gold. So pretty. Okay, so it comes with a brush, which I'm not going to be using because I want to use the brushes that I use for like my eyeshadow every single day, so that it's like a fair review. I guess it could be a fair review if I use the brush, but I don't want to. So anyway, this is what the brush looks like. It looks kind of different to the Modern Renaissance brush, I think. So it's just got that end, which is like a puffy, and this is a more like tapered end on the other side. I don't know why my camera doesn't want to focus today, but it's really annoying. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but you can just follow along with me and we'll see where we get with it, you know? Okay, so the first shade that I'm going to be taking is the shade Dawn. It's kind of a bit darker than a lid shade, so whoa. Okay, they were right about the fallout. That has a lot of fallout, watch. Oh, I don't want to waste it. Oh. Do you see that? That has a lot of fallout. Okay, that's not much of a problem though. It doesn't really bother me that much. I've never gotten through an eyeshadow, like I've never hit pan on an eyeshadow, so we'll just see. I think this is going to be a bit lighter for my crease, but we'll have a look. Oh no. Okay, that's kind of a transition. Oh, by the way, I cleaned all my brushes before I started so that everything was like didn't have any other color on the brush, so that you could see exactly what the shades look like. Alrighty, so the next shade that I'm going to be taking is the shade Roxy. Oh my god, there's literally so much fallout. Okay. Wow, that's so pigmented. And it looks exactly how it does in the pan. Like, it's a nice kind of fluorescent-y pinky colour. That's so pretty. So I'm going to be kind of bringing that up right near my brow bone because I think I might do some kind of smoky eye kind of thing. We'll see. Wow, that's really pretty. I like that. Look at that pigment. Like, honestly, that's so good. It's so hot in here. So, I've had a bit of a dilemma this morning and it's really annoying. But my lights were being really weird and they're being still really weird, but I wanted to, like, I put all my base makeup on and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to film. And then the guy started mowing the friggin' lawn, and I was like, oh my god. So then I had to wait, and then I turned my lights on and they were being all funny. Like, just my ceiling lights, like I don't have proper lights yet, I'm saving up for them. But like I turn my ceiling lights on and they're just being weird, and I have natural lighting, but just being so weird. So something that I'm already finding is this kind of takes a bit more blending, but like once it's blended, it's so nice. There's the shade. That looks really pretty. The shade that I'm going to be taking on the same brush again. Oh, I didn't tell you, I was using the Morphe M504. It's the same brush that I use every time I do like my transition, because it's like a big fluffy brush. So I'm just going to be taking the shade New Wave, and it kind of looks touched because I went to pick it up before, but I decided I was going to do Roxy instead. So I'll be taking that on the brush and putting that in my crease. Whoa, that's such a nice orange colour. See? Wow, that's so pretty. Oh my god, I'm so happy with it. It's literally blending out so well. Okay, so the next shade that I'm going to be taking on a more tapered brush, this is the M441 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Fudge, which is this brown shade here. Is that a good idea? Yeah. Oh, all that central. Oh my god, I don't understand why people think this is a bad palette. Oh. Oh. Can you see that? That's not blending. Okay. That's right, I have time to work with it. It's all good, it's all about, oh, that was pigmented. It's all about patience, you know? How patient you can be. Okay, so I've kind of got that shade to blend out a bit. It's being a bit stubborn in some areas. I was really scared to use that darker shade, but I wasn't gonna just like not use a shade because I didn't think it was gonna work, because you guys want to know whether the whole palette works, so I gotta like try out shades even if I'm a bit nervous to use them. So now I'm just going to be taking some of the greens, which I'm really excited for. So I'm just going to be taking this shade here, which is called Untamed, and I'm going to be taking that on the Morphe M443 brush, and it's like a flat shade packer. I'm really bad with words at the moment. So I'm just going to be packing this on my lid. What I'm surprised about is that there's basically no fallout. Look at the way that's packing. It's getting so dark, like it's getting darker than the shade that's here, which is great, because I've been told that the shades look nothing like they do in the palette, but they do. I'm going to be taking a smaller packing brush, which is the Morphe E36 brush. It's like a little itsy bitsy brush, and I'm going to be taking the same shade and just packing it in here. So I'm just going to be doing this eye, and then I'll do the other eye off camera, because yeah, it's just easier. So the one thing that I'm noticing is that it's kind of like falling out of this. Memory card just ran out. I'm just going to keep packing that shade. Oh no, it's transferred up there. That's right, that's where it's going anyway. You can't expect a pigmented shadow to not transfer, really. Like, if I was doing a black smoky eye, if I didn't blend it, it'd probably transfer. So that's that eye done, and yeah, that's it. No, I'm kidding, I'm going to blend it now. So I'm going to use the Morphe R37 brush. I'm just gonna lightly blend it because I don't want to lose the pigmentation. It's being weird. Okay, I'm going to pack a bit of the Axis shade one here. I'm going to pack that on the lid and blend that out with Untamed and see if that works better. Still no fallout. Loving life. It definitely just like fades away the pigmentation, but we'll get there. Pick up a bit of New Wave to try and help blend it. Alright, so that's what we've ended up with, and I ended up using a little bit of the shade here, which is called Destiny. So I ended up using that shade to actually blend the green out. Which worked really well, and to me that's blended pretty well, except for in a corner here. It just doesn't want to blend, but up here it's like blended into the other shadows really nicely. It hasn't gone like patchy in any areas, which is really good. I ended up packing a bit more green onto the lid at the end and like didn't blend that part so that the colour would stay how it was. So now I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then I will come back. Okay, so this is both eyes finished. This one blended out a lot better using the method of using the shade Destiny and then mixing them kind of together to try and like bring the colour out rather than trying to just blend. So now I'm just going to put some mascara and some lashes on, and then I'll come back and do my lower lash line on camera and finish off the video. So I'll be back in a second. I just put a bit more green on top because I lost a bit while I was putting my lashes on. And these are my lashes. I haven't used them before. They're the Ardell Wispies. How weird is that I haven't ever used them before? I feel like I tried them once and hated them. But these look so nice. I love them. Okay, so now I'm just going to be doing my lower lash line. So firstly I'm going to be taking this little brush, the M506. I'm going to be taking the shade Roxy. So I'm just using the shade Destiny like I did with the lid to like blend the green out. So now I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lashes. Probably can't even see what I'm doing. Wow, I look like a god. That's how it's looking. And last but not least, I'm being so excited to do this. I'm going to be taking the shade Electric, which is that green shade, and I'm going to be putting that in my inner corner. Oh my god, I'm that excited. Oh, that was a letdown. Oh no, that's kind of cute. I like it. Look at that. Whoa. Oh my god, yay. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. My overall thoughts on the palette is that it's an amazing palette. You just got to work with it for a bit. It takes a while to blend some darker shades out, but if you have patience you can work with them. So I'll just show you a bit of an overall of the eyeshadow. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this look. It's so nice and I loved using the palette, and yeah, I would recommend buying it. If you're a patient person, you can just work with it, and you love playing around with makeup like I do, then it'll work for you. Just keep working with it. And so yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.